Welcome everybody to the Shit I Shouldn't Say podcast. We back again. It's your boy Leo Bishop in the building. We got Chris Caine in the house.
What up, what up?
We got Sleep in the building.
You already know, bitch.
We got the producer Jerry Saylor in the building.
What's up?
All right. So today we actually gonna be talking about gratitude. You know, basically trying to, dictate or determine what's real gratitude or what's not from certain people. So the reason why I started thinking about this topic is because our beautiful President Trump, or whatever you want to call him, the Donald, he he helped get out three UCLA basketball players, I guess, that was shoplifting in China, and they gave a little half-assed apology according to him, or his daddy LeVar Ball, which we all know is Lonzo Ball daddy.
Yes, sir.
He didn't apologize to Trump directly or kiss his ass just enough. So it made me start thinking, like, do you think he got them out of prison or whatever, the jail or whatever the shit was called over there, for the right reasons?
Hell
Would
no.
be to help them, or did he do it for political benefits, or
he is a politician,
you
right?
think he trying to make
Everything.
basketball fans like him? Or
I ain't about
something?
basketball
Like,
fans. It's about points. I mean, he doing it. I mean, he a politician. I don't think he did anything. You think he really gave a shit? Let's say it wasn't LeVar Ball's son. Do you
Right.
think this would even been an issue? Did you think this would even came to the forefront?
I don't know.
They wouldn't have gave a shit. The whole headline wasn't even about the other two guys. It was about LeVar Ball's son shoplifting, and it was like, okay, that was the big deal. So Trump was like, okay, this is a big deal. Let me make my impact in here so I can be noticed. If I can get them out of jail, that'll make me look good. If otherwise, it would have just been 3 UCLA students stealing from a damn China place for some watches or whatever. He did that for his gratitude.
Part of me think that he still would have tried to get them out. He just wouldn't have gave a shit about the apology.
It wouldn't even make
No,
headline news.
you know.
I mean, this shit wouldn't even made the news if
You
it
don't
was.
think so? 3
Hell no.
Americans.
They didn't even. Do you
get
remember the original
arrested or
headline had
whatever?
nothing to do with Americans? The original headline was it being LiAngelo Ball stealing in China. The other two names, I don't even know who the other. Can you? Do you know who the other two?
I still don't know.
Exactly. And if you notice that the battle is between LeVar and Donald Trump, they don't care about the other two guys. So if that factored in playing into this, Trump wouldn't have jumped in and been like, "Hey, I'm saving 3 guys," because he could save a lot of people from jail. Does he? He doesn't. He don't give a shit. This is about gratitude. And you got to mention all the stuff that's been going on with him in China anyway, or one of them. I don't know.
North Korea,
Yeah, North Korea.
beef with the
So
young boy who trying to flame us every chance he get, or at least threatening to flame us every chance he get.
Yeah.
But those y'all think it even before we get to the Trump stuff, because fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Don't y'all think it even started out like on a smaller level? Like you ever see people on social media, like say they give a bum like $1 or something like that,
And they record it.
feel the need that they need to take a picture of the bum with the $1.
Oh, yeah,
And they got to
I seen
put the
that.
bum out there and kind of shit on his
Right.
pride and everything, and make him take a picture with him smiling and shit with the dollar in his hand.
Hashtag I do this all the time. Hashtag
Exactly.
good karma.
Yeah, like get the fuck out of here, man. It's a goddamn $1. You act like you paid his rent for the money, some shit like that. Like, look, y'all, I bought him a sandwich. I ain't gonna give him no money because I know what he gonna do with it. But look, I bought him a McChicken. Like, sit your whole ass down somewhere, man.
Right,
Like that type of shit.
I understand, like to me that makes sense. Like if you a certain person, like if I'm a celebrity and I ain't gonna front. If I'm a celebrity and I just did some super fucked up shit and I'm trying to repair my image, best believe
I'm
about
doing
to
all
get
the
a
nice
whole
shit.
bunch of McDonald's pictures with dollars, and heroin addicts
of
and
charity
bums and shit
donations.
and all of that. I mean,
Yeah.
why not?
Right.
And a lot of celebrities do that anyway. They get caught up in scandal, and next thing you know, you hear about them. Oh, they donating $2 million to here,
Yeah.
$2 million to there. Then I hear they still get to do it as a tax write-off.
Well, we was talking before you even got to the studio, and I agree. I think the size or the amount of what you do is important.
Yeah.
If you're going to be telling people about it,
Right.
because it could sometimes spur other people to do the same
Right.
thing. Kind of like with J.J. Watt. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? J.J. Watt was doing such a good job
Kevin
in
Hart.
putting it out there. Right, and Kevin Hart, that other people was like, oh, shit, I can do that, too. That's kind of what I do with the Christmas thing
right.
is, I do the Christmas thing, and I'll put it out there, and I never put the families out there that I help, ever. I never put the women out there. I never put their kids out there because it ain't about that. But I will put out there that I help these people because then that, in turns, get some of my followers or some of my friends to be like, oh, Sleep did this? Oh, okay, shit, I could do that. Because last year it started with me helping 2 families. Like, all right, I'm going to cover Christmas for 2 kids. and it ended up being my friends and followers helped do 19 people because I was able to put that up there. Because if I didn't put that up there, that wouldn't have happened. But it's the small shit, like giving somebody $1, giving somebody $2 or something like that, giving somebody a sandwich. I don't feel like you need to be putting pictures of them online and kind of shitting on them in order for you to get a couple of likes. And that's what I see. And that comes back around to the topic of this show is, do people do these things because they're really kind-hearted, or are they doing these for likes or for karma? You ever, because Chris said earlier, some people be like, oh, you know, that's my good karma right there. That's going to be good karma. Hey, I'm going to get my blessings for doing this. Like, if you're really doing it for blessings, you're really not a decent person for real. It's an investment at that point.
I mean, on some level, I understand.
It ain't genuine.
I don't give a fuck.
If you're looking for something,
sometimes I have, sometimes I have given to people and it's not been genuine.
Well, then it's not. You know, then you just doing it for something bad,
right?
So
but
it's not even.
But don't lie. Like, I get it. Like, it's fucked up that I started out one way and now I'm on the other side of it. But it has been times where I gave a bum $1 and I've been consciously thinking like, yeah, you know, maybe, you know.
Then why even get a bum $1?
Because one, he need $1.
You ain't give a damn about that bum.
Two, I don't give a fuck about the $1 neither. It's like a potential. It's like a lottery ticket.
No, it's like a no, it's not. It's like a wishing wheel.
Yeah, it's worse.
You throwing that motherfucking penny in that fucking wishing wheel, hoping something gonna come back for you.
But sometimes you actually scratch off.
First of all, karma ain't real.
It has nothing to do with, you know, if you get something back.
Let's get that basis down to begin with. Karma ain't real.
It's not.
First of all,
it's what we make ourselves believe to justify things. That's all we do. Because there's good karma and bad karma. When we do bad shit to somebody or do something bad and then something awful happen to us, our best way to say, "Oh, this is my karma for what I did." No, that shit was.
What about the law? What about the law of attraction? Like, part of me believe that the law of attraction is real on some levels. You know, like, I can't really
explain, nigga.
All right. The reason I say that is
being real intelligent right now. Break it down.
Like, if I think positively, right? You know, most of the time I'll have positive things that happen to me in my life. It's not that negative things don't happen. Is that I think maybe I'm focusing on the positive shit
and
more.
You're not even seeing the negative.
Highlighting that.
Right. And you may be able to ignore the negative because you so positive. And negative shit could just be coming left and right. But you just so positive you ain't letting it affect you. But if you super negative, everything that happens, anything that happens, you could trip and fall. Oh, shit, add that to the fucking list. Anything will make you, if you have a negative mind frame, you're going to let everything pile up. So go ahead and continue.
I think to a certain extent we can change or control our outlook of life or how our life is. Like, of course, other people interact with us, so you can totally come through and fuck up everything I'm perfectly thinking about. But in a general sense, you know, positive people receive positive things. People you see that's negative and worrying and always soaking and depressed, it's the same thing. It's like you manifest what you think about physically
whatever you allow to yourself to see.
Another example of that, we all done this. Let's say you get a new car, right? It could be a fucking rare ass car that they only got 6 of in the fucking city. Then all of a sudden you're gonna start seeing all 6 of them motherfuckers. Like, it just be like that. I have one type of car and all of a sudden that car is everywhere on the highway. Why? Was that car always there, or am I just now noticing that car because I'm in that same car?
Clearly it's because you just now noticing it because
you're in it. But it's just pointing out that all these things exist to a certain level if you just tap into that shit.
It's but karma really is whatever we want to make it.
What I'm saying is, if I put more positivity out there into the world, then I'm opening myself up for positivity to come back.
Well, I think it's
I think
it's a good possibility.
But I think it's less about your psyche and being positive or negative, and more about the things you do when you're positive or negative. If you're positive, you out and about in the world doing shit. You know, you out making things happen. So because of that reason, good things are going to happen for you because you out here active and doing shit and being good to people. And physically, that's going to bring more things to you because you're actually out here active. If you're negative and you all depressed and shit, you're not out there doing anything. You ain't looking for jobs. You ain't doing shit. You sitting around smoking and shit. So clearly, you're not going to get anything out of life because you ain't putting shit into it.
Your theory is just like someone who goes to the fucking casino all the time and they like religiously go the slots in. They don't realize they've invested so much money in the casino that eventually you are gonna hit, and then the day they hit, they like, yes,
I told you.
No, it's
I told you I was gonna hit.
You spent all your goddamn time here. Eventually you was gonna jackpot. It don't have nothing to do when it comes to like giving people stuff. It don't work like that. I feel like it's gonna happen. Like, if you're gonna have a blessing, you don't have to give a bum anything. If your blessing gonna come, it's gonna come. It's not because you
I said that's true.
Oh, I thought you said not true.
I believe that.
But it's just people, I feel like people do certain things to make themselves feel better in hopes that, okay, this will come back to me eventually. And then they'll just equate that when something good does happen. They'll say, well, that happened because I did this.
Yeah, that's part of being human, though. I think it's like psyching yourself out. and shit. You
Well,
know,
I don't
like,
get bum shit.
because
I get
I
nice
still
things.
get bum shit
I don't get
sometimes.
nothing.
Like not all the
'Cause a
time,
lot of
because a
bums
lot of
be
times I
scheming,
ride
though.
past the same motherfucking
That's what
bum
I'm
in the
saying.
same
They
spot.
be scheming.
I'm like,
I see them
all
at the
right.
end of the highway every
You
day.
don't look hungry today.
Right, you got a phone.
So,
you got
you
a
know,
nice phone.
you look
out
pretty
here at the end of the
healthy
hallway.
today.
Shit, I saw a nigga
said he got
sitting
an
out there on
iPhone 10.
Thanksgiving. This nigga had on better shoes than me.
Right, make you mad,
I'm
don't
like,
it?
nigga, you ain't at the specified bum
Right,
level
exactly.
for me to be helping
And
you.
you know what really made me mad? They always want to put on
You gonna
a
need a
sad
couple
face.
more months of this bum
Right,
shit before I can help.
But then they always sit at the end of the highway and want to put on a sad face. Maybe you already used to this. You ain't sad. At least look happy, man. Be enthusiastic. Be an enthusiastic.
Or they try to
bum.
pull on your heartstrings like, hey, I'm a war veteran. Like, ain't nobody asked you to
Got
sign up
nothing
for
to
that,
do with
nigga. They ain't been doing no draft.
You gotta do a
They ain't
thank
been doing
you.
no draft. You signed up for that.
Salute.
True
Thank
that.
you.
I ain't got nothing for
You
you.
thought you was
Go
gonna
talk-
get that
better
free
go talk to the
schooling and all
better go
that.
talk
I'm
to
a
the
war
VA.
vet. I protected your rights.
Right,
Yeah,
better
I
go
ain't
talk
trying
to the
hear nothing
VA.
about
I ain't
that,
the
nigga.
government. Go
You
talk
did-
to Trump.
You did it for the, you did it for
I ain't
the
put
free
you out
college.
here. Look what he got you.
What's up?
Look at what you doing out here.
But I did help. I don't want to keep calling these niggas bums. I think
That's
it's.
just an example.
I think what they prefer to be called is people experiencing homelessness.
That's a lot to call
So,
them. I'm gonna stick
yeah,
with
ain't nobody
bums.
got time for
I'm
that.
not even
But
sure they.
I don't
So,
even think it's
I
an
helped,
acronym
I helped
for
out
that.
a gentleman who was experiencing homelessness outside of a UDF on Thanksgiving. I went in there. I had to get my mom a couple of Coke 45s
fucked up.
for her to cook our dinner for Thanksgiving. And he was out there. He was like, "Man, I haven't ate all week. I ain't had nothing to eat." And he was outside. You know how they
One
all
less
talk, they
day
all talk
won't
like
hurt,
that.
I guess.
And he was like, "You got some change?" And I came out, hooked him up with $2 whole.
Oh,
$2
wow.
whole.
Oh,
And
real
everybody
nice
else
for you.
out there. It's kind of what you saying, like the motherfuckers be scheming, because I gave him $2. And then when I came out there to give him the $2,
He had
he
two
was
more.
chasing down like 2 or 3 other people who had just came out of UDF, and
Stacking
they
up.
gave his ass like $2 or $3
Stacking
too.
Hey, they
He
be
probably
cleaning
cleaned
up.
up that. Yeah, he
I
cleaned
mean,
up.
but look, he ain't no different than like how like a lot of stores are.
Mm-hmm.
They use like the holiday season to pimp your ass and shit. You know, like Christmas and the theme and all that. Fuck Black Friday because you know they giving out quality deals, so I don't really hate on Black Friday that much. But
You don't want to talk about the origin of Black Friday. We ain't gonna make this show about that. The origin of Black Friday when they was buying slaves.
he said,
Shut the fuck up.
but you feel me though? It's like why the fuck I need Christmas to be promoted and shit
Right.
during Halloween and shit.
I look at it like
you
this:
know what
if
I'm
a bum
saying?
come
Like,
up on me on Thanksgiving talking about he ain't ate in 4 days, so it's one less day. I mean, what's one more day? You already went. Fuck, what's the difference between the
you
days?
ain't-
Well, because it's
fucked up.
Thanksgiving, it's a different day. You
yeah,
already
let me give
ain't.
him like
you
a plate.
ain't
Like,
shit.
can he get some?
I'm walking around with plates in my
I'm
hand.
just
What the fuck
saying though, like.
am I supposed to do? Invite him home?
Hold up,
to-
my nigga. I got to play in the whip.
Be right back.
What kind you
I
want?
got
You want
plates.
green?
I
Like,
was-
what
I
if you,
was
what if
ready.
you was like dropping off the macaroni and shit to like your mom?
That macaroni was for my mom. It's not for him. Well, I'm supposed to
Fucked
take a
up.
scoop out. Like,
Yeah,
sorry,
give my
mom.
nigga a
We
plate.
got to scoop less because this
Karma
mom.
might be real if you was willing to give him a scoop full of your mama's
scoop of mac.
famous mac and cheese
Nah, that
on
Mac was made
Thanksgiving.
for me.
He don't want that. He don't want that Mac.
No,
No way. Let's
right,
be
he gonna
honest.
throw that away. He gonna say, "Nah, I don't
He
want
gonna
this."
sell that shit.
I don't eat beef. I don't eat food from other
Because he
people's
want
house.
money. You know why he want money?
You
You know why? You know
I
why
don't
he,
eat food from other
All right,
people's house.
Gary.
he want money? Because he want to go. He want to go hit. He want to smack. That's what he want. He don't want no damn food. He ain't hungry.
fucked
Shit,
That
junk.
nigga want some smack.
You know real. You know it's real.
Mac and cheese.
Oh man, so
Nah.
like
I think gratitude though, for real. I think it depends on the scale. Like if you, like I guess if you famous, it's okay to do selfish gratitude
What
because you
about-
have an image. You're a role model. We
what
get it.
about like would you donate to like a hurricane relief?
I mean, I've
No,
donated
I don't-
before.
Beef and-
I
I've
wouldn't
done
do
it.
that because
I've
I don't
done
know
it.
where the money going.
But I
Not
mean-
because I don't want to help, but I don't know
mean,
where the money
that-
going. And I've heard too many
for
stories
me-
from celebrities and shit who say like millions of dollars
Right.
didn't go
well,
to where it was supposed to.
Well, for me, this might sound fucked up. For me, a donation to a random place, not knowing where the money going, is just like child support. Shit, you giving out the money, it's
Yeah,
gonna
exactly.
go wherever the fuck they
Yeah, I
want
ain't
to
got
go.
time for that.
You could just hope. I mean, that's.
But don't it
if-
feel good? Don't
No,
it make
I
your
don't- it
spirit
doesn't. No,
feel
it
good
doesn't.
in the inside
It
that I
doesn't do
was
shit for
generous
me.
to other
It do make me
people?
feel.
Like,
It do make me feel
like-
good to help like kids out on Christmas.
I don't
give a fuck about adults.
I feel better.
I really don't.
Like the things that make me feel
Argument
good.
that too much.
The things that make me feel good are like doing stuff for people that I already know. Like buying people that I know and care about gifts, seeing them happy.
I remember on
Or-
Christmas.
Right.
I remember on Christmas, the gentleman speaking right now, Chris, he bought us all Filas for
Back in the
Christmas.
day when Felines was
I was gonna
was
say, what
popping.
year was this?
That was
on,
nice
man.
as fuck. He
Come
bought
on,
us.
now, you know this was back.
He bought us
then.
all
last
assorted,
year. That
assorted,
ain't saying
assorted
much.
colors
Yeah.
of Filas.
Not just one pair, two each.
Oh,
they was
shit.
two. They was 280.
Remember that
Oh,
280 deal
that's
back
live,
then?
though.
still.
Hey, that's live.
And I
though.
didn't do
I
that.
had some
I didn't do
Jamaican
that for me. I honestly just wanted. I wanted my boys to have something. You know what I'm saying? I was happy. I
He
was
bought
like,
me the
one of my-
Jamaican
yeah,
joints. I had
you
the
know,
Jamaican joints. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
live though. That's
that was pure generosity. It wasn't me wanting nothing back. I didn't expect no gifts. They didn't even see it coming.
It was crazy.
Sounds like he was trying to put together a boy band. He wanted everybody to match.
Rap group.
Yeah.
It was the beginning of the
About
2-man cycle.
8 pair.
Hey, per. Per.
Per.
Nah, but I feel like it depends on the level that you are. Like I said, if you're a celebrity, it's okay to be selfish because, I mean, we know y'all don't do this shit for actual trying to be getting gratitude. You're doing it for a motive. You have an image. People like you. Like when Oprah was giving out fucking cars. Come on, now. Oprah ain't do that shit for her fans. She needed more viewers, more people to come, more money in her pocket.
Right.
And it's a tax write-off, too. And she looks great.
shit
Same thing
was
with
making
Ellen.
her
Ellen, during Christmas time, people love to get on her show. She give away the best shit. She better than Oprah with that shit. I mean, she is. She is. That week of Christmas with Ellen off the chain. Fuck a car. Oprah giving you a car, but you forget it's still
Oprah
coming.
gave the whole audience a car.
But you gotta
Yeah,
forget.
that's crazy.
It's hundreds of
They still
motherfuckers
gotta
in
put
there.
that motherfucker on the insurance. That's a bill. She still
She
fucking
hit him like
over.
the casino and
she
shit.
did.
Like you gotta
No.
have that little 10,000.
Ellen giving you
the
Max.
taxes.
She giving you a Mac. She giving you all types of shit. It's yours. Ain't no extra shit behind it. She ain't giving you no shit that's gonna leave you
Hey man,
possibly
fuck
in debt.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh.
You see that damn Netflix show with the young black boy who got killed? Jay-Z produced the show.
Oh, yeah. I seen it. Yeah.
You know he went to like
Yeah, in
prison
New
for some
York
shit
and
that
For
he didn't
stealing the
do.
I know you're
backpack
talking
and
about
then
Yeah,
it.
man, this nigga get out of prison and Jay-Z and Rosie O'Donnell acting like they fuck with him.
They was-
Rosie O'Donnell gave him a motherfucking MacBook.
Right.
That was it.
They was close.
This
to
nigga
it,
was
real
getting
close.
shot and stabbed
Yeah.
in the hood,
He
and
ended up killing
he got
himself.
Rosie O'Donnell phone number. She like, anything you need, just hit me
How
up.
about some money,
And
bitch?
they had a texting relationship where she would check in on him, but they still had him living in the hood and shit.
Right.
She brought him on her show, and they're
And
like,
you
we're
know
gonna
what?
help you out, and she bought this nigga a MacBook.
And you know
Like,
what? I
bitch,
think
what
this is
I'm
the
gonna do
part.
with this in the
Right,
hood?
and I think
This
this.
ain't you putting food around my neck, bitch.
And
This
look-
is another reason for niggas to rob me. He
Well-
lived in the fucking Bronx. He had just got stabbed again.
Right.
Yeah.
What's,
Like,
what's,
what's
what's
name?
the? Cause I remember watching it. What's his name?
Khalid.
Khalif Browder. Like,
Yeah.
and
Khalif
I encourage
Browder.
everybody to watch that on Netflix. And it's the perfect
The
example.
Khalif Browder story.
Right.
Go watch it on
It's
Netflix.
super sad. Like it's so sad. He got put in jail for how many? Went to Rikers for stealing a backpack that he didn't even steal, and his life got messed
They had
up.
him in prison
right,
for
right.
Stealing a backpack,
yeah.
and he didn't
But-
even steal
years
the
or
backpack.
But this is the
A
perfect
year?
example of gratitude. Jay-Z.
He was in there for about 3-4 years.
Right, and it's the perfect
Was never
example.
convicted, right?
Exactly.
He
and
didn't
ended
even
up,
have a
right,
court
and he
date.
ended up
Not
killing, he
even-
ended up killing
not
himself.
convicted. He
ended
never
up
had a
killing
court
himself
date.
after he got out and everything because it was so mentally stressful. But this is a perfect example of gratitude.
He was in a hole
Jay-Z,
for 2 years.
Jay-Z and Rosie O'Donnell, both rich. They both already okay. So y'all have the abilities to help him.
Right.
Y'all let him. Y'all knew his situation during it and everything. Y'all could have easily helped him out, pay for his lawyers and everything like that. Y'all didn't. But after he kills himself and dies in this story, look at what y'all do. Y'all take credit.
Saying he a prophet and all
y'all
that
take
shit.
credit and go on the Netflix thing and y'all get recognition by acknowledging his story. And all y'all could do is Jay-Z took some pictures with the little I don't even want to say little motherfucker. He took some pictures with dude. Let me take that back. That sounds harsh. He took some pictures with dude. And then Rosie O'Donnell sit here and she just give him a MacBook. And y'all want to get gratitude. Why are y'all even on this Netflix thing? So y'all can make cameo appearances
So
and
you
say
think
we
they
did
wrong
something
for
good.
how they
No,
didn't
didn't
look
care
out, or
for
they
it.
wrong for just pimping
I
the
think they
story
did. I think
more?
they.
They
I-
didn't look
I-
out.
Well,
They
I
didn't
think.
care.
I
Oh,
think
that's
they.
what
I
I'm
think
saying.
they
You
didn't
think
look
they
out
wrong
at
for
all.
not looking out?
Yes, and then you're on the story trying to show a celebrity cameo appearance for what? You didn't do anything
I
in
think
his
they
life.
more wrong just for the try to do the cameo appearance and make the documentary itself.
That's
I
what-
don't think they wrong for not looking out because
I think
on
they
their
wrong for not
side,
looking out.
Why
it's
even
always-
be
it's-
involved in
it's
his
a
life?
mean to him,
Hold on,
though.
hold on. My thing
And
is
to
no.
them,
Hold on,
you
hold
know,
on.
it's
But think
always
about
a-
this, Leo.
what's the
Why
fuck this shit
even?
called?
Why be a celebrity, right? And have the status that you have and be involved in a normal person's life if you're not going to use your celebrity status to help him
change
out.
their
Right,
life.
you did nothing
But
for
that's
his
what I'm
life.
saying. It's like you can't help everybody.
You
type of
can't
thing.
help
I know,
him.
but
How
He's
they
not
looking at
everybody.
it.
But you can help people that you have interest in, and they had an interest in him. Jay-Z was, going on and on like, I believe that Khalif was.
you know, like,
hold on. Let me tell you, he was like, I believe Khalif was a prophet. You know what I'm saying? He was one of those sparks in every generation.
Right.
And Jay-Z knew him before he killed himself, and he
So,
didn't help him with anything.
let me ask you something.
They knew dude was living in his mom's attic, the same
just a
attic that he
Make-A-Wish
was living in when
Foundation.
he
Hold on,
went to
hold on.
prison.
Time out though.
Like-
But you don't need to make a wish foundation when you got Jay-Z right here. Think about this. How much is Jay-Z worth?
He don't even know. Jay-Z
Probably
don't even know
about-
how much
He's
he
almost a
worth.
billionaire.
Almost-
He's almost a
Well,
billionaire.
him and his
No,
wife
let-
together, they
now,
are billionaires.
Now,
He
Khalif
worth like
Browder.
almost 500.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Khalif Browder's fighting with a public defender this whole time. Jay-Z knows him. He knows who's going. It don't take Jay-Z much to buy him a top-notch lawyer to get him out of his situation and help him get the
But
best
that's what
look.
I'm saying. Like, they don't give a fuck about these people. Or the reason I
Well,
said
then
it's
why
like some
even be in his
Make-A-Wish
story?
shit is because the same reason they do it to, like...
How can he get a Make-A-Wish? He ain't got cancer.
It's the same reason I talk about. I told you. Listen, I'm telling you. The same reason I give a bum $1 here and there. It's the same reason.
But you're
it's
an average
possibility.
person. But you're an average person.
But think about it. To them, this is average shit. For them, it's average for them to go to a motherfucker that need help, take a few pictures, act like they care, and sneak out the back
That's
door.
why
That's
I just-
normal for them.
that's why I
Make
just-
a wish
Hold
foundation
on.
shit.
Let's put.
They don't give a fuck about them
The
kids.
point of
They
Make-A-Wish
don't
though
have
is
hospital
actually
bills.
the point of
Listen to what I'm
Make-A-Wish
saying?
is
Let's put it-
Bring niggas
hold on,
video
hold on,
games
no,
and
but
shit,
the point of
like-
Make-A-Wish is to actually
You right.
the point of Make-A-Wish is to actually make someone's wish come true, their dream. Jay-Z didn't do nothing.
They
He-
only showing up for wishes that require
He
a
would-
picture and shit.
he-
You know what I'm saying?
Jay-Z's
Like,
only
some
doing the
kids have
docu-
wishes like, I want you to take me
Listen.
and my whole school to Disney.
But the thing about it is they only did the documentary. They only did the documentary because he died. If he didn't die, Jay-Z wouldn't even give a fuck. He wouldn't even be on there talking about dude.
Well, listen.
He didn't do anything.
Let's put it in
Never gave
in a better context. The better context would be you comparing it to like you giving somebody $1. This is the better context. You found out about some kid that was in need in your area or whatever, in your same hood that you come from, rather that be Chicago where you're from or Cincinnati, the neighborhood you were from, and you take an interest in this kid and you go meet this kid and you go take pictures with him and you speak really highly of him. And this kid, like, all he needs is $10 to be able to go on a school field trip. Are you just gonna come take a picture with him and not give him the $10 so he could, because $10 ain't shit to you?
Right.
That's basically what Jay-Z did. He did not give the kid $10. He just came and took a picture with him, and then the kid ended up killing
Right,
himself.
and
because
then
he
add
didn't
insult
get
to
the $10.
injury.
That's
You
exactly
then go
what it
add
is.
insult to injury. You go to work and be like, yeah, man, I was talking to my little homie. You know, say he wanted to go on this trip. He wanted to go on this trip. You know what I'm saying? Me and him took some pics,
I
but
make
you don't
a
tell
little
nobody.
Instagram
And then
video
people like, oh, did he go on the trip? Nah, man, he ain't had the money.
Exactly.
And
Like,
then you go buy lunch, just $10.
And dude wanted
Damn.
dude wanted to get out of New York so bad because New York is the place that locked
Right.
him up. Motherfucker shot him right when he got out of jail. Then somebody chased him down and stabbed him up when he got out of jail and shit. And they just left him in the hood. Like, nobody helped him. Rosie O'Donnell brought him on the show, and he had the whole crowd crying and stuff when they heard his story. And she was like, we got something for you. We know you're gonna start
Giving
college.
you a MacBook?
They gave this nigga a motherfucking MacBook. Like, bitch,
Yeah.
I am insane living in my mom's attic.
What the fuck I'm supposed to do
What
with
the
this?
fuck am I gonna do?
This
We
the-
don't even got Wi-Fi
Right,
at
this
the
the
house.
best
What
appliance
am I
in the
gonna do
crib.
with this?
Right.
Don't even got one.
Right.
Let me ask you guys this: by Jay-Z going and like taking pictures and talking to him and stuff, did that in and of itself raise any funds? Like,
Nope.
did
No, Jay-Z
any
wasn't
of
trying to raise
Jay-Z's
nothing.
fans come out and
No.
like, oh
he
man, we
died.
gotta help
He
him.
died in the same room that he grew up in
Right.
by hanging
himself
himself
by the
out the
balcony.
window from the air conditioner.
Right. And
His body was just
right.
dangling on the side of the house
Right.
for everybody to see.
And
That's how he killed
And
himself.
to this day, his mom is still fighting the case, and Jay-Z still ain't jumped in and added no money to help her get a lawyer. She still got public defenders trying to figure out what the hell happened with her son. He don't care. Just like Rosie O'Donnell, she brought him on the show for ratings. He was just like a pawn.
because he was a big
Like,
he was a big draw,
Right.
like,
They
because
did
his
it for
story was
ratings.
big and everybody was crying in the crowd. It was a really big deal. Like, the Khalid Browder story was a huge
huge.
deal.
I think everybody
and
should
because
watch
of it, they're closing down Rikers Island Prison in New York because it's just inhumane as fuck. Like, he never even got a court date, and he spent 3 to 4 years in prison, 2 years in the
Over
hole.
a backpack.
And the police were beating the shit out of him, like torturing him in there. Not just him; they do it to all of
Right.
those damn kids. But because of what happened to him, they're actually closing down Rikers Island. So it was a huge deal. And then nobody helped him when he got out. He got out and just had to move right back into his mom's house in the attic. And he was crazy at this point because he had spent 2 years in the hole. So he was
yeah.
like begging people, like, I just need to get out of here. And some foundation was going to let him go on this big hiking thing where he goes off into the mountains with this big group for like a year just to like clear his mind and like get back to nature and stuff. And then for some reason he couldn't do that and people wouldn't help him. And then he felt really let down by that. Like, I thought I was going to get out of here. And he still didn't get to go. And then like shortly afterwards he just said, fuck
Yeah,
it,
he
and killed
got
himself.
he got super paranoid. He spent the most time in the hole anybody has ever spent in the hole. 2 years in a hole.
Straight, though.
In the hole. Like, that is insane. Like, I
I don't
mean,
know if that was the most time.
oh, they said in that shit.
Mano spent 8
Yeah.
years in that motherfucker.
Like, that's
believe that
crazy,
neither.
man. 2 years.
Who? Mano?
Yeah,
Mano pretty normal. I don't believe that.
No, 8 years.
I think Mano
Shit,
hype.
y'all don't be watching Lockdown. There be some motherfuckers who spent 18 years in
Man,
a hole.
that's a lot of time to be spending in the hole.
Motherfuckers got crazy mental fortitudes.
Yeah, I can-
it crushed most people. Some people though, they can do it.
I'm out after. You give me about a month in the hole, I'm probably out.
Shit, I'm
clocking
killing
out.
myself. I'm killing
logging
myself
out.
after 2 weeks.
That's the same. That's like the same dudes that smearing shit on the walls. and
Yeah,
all
they go
that,
crazy.
eating they shit. Them the ones that been in there forever.
I'm straight grabbing the bed sheets and I'm wrapping them joints around my neck. We just go,
Can't
hey,
kill myself no
whatever.
matter what.
Shit, it's been a couple. Hey, I don't know.
I can try.
I can't speak on something I ain't never dealt with.
I can try.
I gotta ask you guys this:
What's up?
if he was a white boy,
Mhm.
do you think he'd have had the same outcome?
Man, he wouldn't even be in a situation. It was over a backpack.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes, he would have.
It would have been a
You think
backpack.
he would have had the same
I don't think
outcome?
so.
Well,
No,
well, like Chris,
I
hold
disagree.
on.
I disagree.
Like Chris said, not because it was about a backpack. That's probably the reason
That's
why.
what I'm saying.
But I've watched this other HBO show with these two white boys who they say killed this these kids. They raped them and killed
The
them.
West Memphis Three?
Yeah, the West Memphis Three.
There was 3 of them.
Yeah, it was 3 of them.
Damian Eccles,
Man,
Jason Baldwin, and
Memphis
Jason
They
Three.
did like
Kelly,
fucking 17 years in prison, and they neither one of them do it. There was no evidence. There was no nothing. They just locked them up because they look different. Like, hey, they're always wearing black. They're into, and then they made up all these lies about like they're like into this occult shit, and they literally didn't do nothing. They had those 3 little white boys in prison for like fucking 17
sad.
years. They was getting raped, all types. It was like fucking terrible.
That's
and
sad.
then when they eventually did let them out, and they only let them out because like the
Alfred plea.
yeah, the Alfred plea, and then like the justice, some big group outside the prison, obviously, put together all the work for them and, you know, prove their innocence. And then when they let them out, they didn't give them no money. They didn't say sorry to them. Like, I felt so
That's
bad.
fucked up.
I felt so bad. I reached out to one of the dudes, like the main dude.
Damian Eccles.
Yeah, Damian Eccles. I reached out to him on Facebook the night I watched, because I watched all 3 documentaries in one night. And I reached out to him like, hey, man, did they ever even apologize? He said to this day they still haven't apologized.
That's fucked up.
I remember
17 years, man. They took away his entire
Get that
youth.
back.
They took away everything. He got married from prison to somebody who he clearly didn't know because
Yeah.
he had been in prison for
Right.
fucking 17 years. He said like within weeks of being in prison, he was getting raped, all types of shit, and he didn't do anything. That was 3 little white
That
boys.
make me think,
So yes, it happens to white people too. Probably not over a book bag.
the book
These were
bag-
murders involved.
Yeah, the book bag was
but they
crazy.
just made up all the evidence. They
crazy.
just totally lied.
Yeah, the justice system fucked up.
It's
If they-
super
if they-
shit.
if enough people don't give a fuck about you or you as a human being or whatever along the trial or whatever, it's easy for motherfuckers to get lost in the system.
Yeah.
You know, maybe not like you said over a simple book bag.
The book bag he didn't even
everybody.
take. They found
But-
that it was a Mexican dude who moved and fled the fucking,
Damn, that's fucked
he
up.
fled the country, and they can't get that time. He
That
can't
made
get
me
that time.
think of
back.
this one dude that was locked up, and I forgot how many years he did, but it was a good amount of years, and they released him off of DNA, and they won't even like officially admit that he
They still got the
was
charge on
innocent,
there. Mhm.
because if they do, then they'll have to pay him.
Yep.
Yeah.
They gave his ass like $49 or something like that.
Jeez.
They gave him what he came in with. Yep. They gave him what he came
Couldn't,
in
couldn't
with.
even get a
Yeah.
full $50.
So yeah, I can't even get exonerated properly just due to y'all not wanting to pay me
Yeah.
money. Obviously, I'm gonna still sue your ass anyway.
Yeah.
I shouldn't even matter to me. But a lot of people lose 20 years of their life behind dumb shit.
Like, could you
that.
imagine that going? Say you go to jail for whatever, you didn't do it, so you ain't worried about it. Whatever, you're in a store and the officer grabs you, like, hey, they say that you stole some cologne or whatever. You like, I ain't fucking steal no cologne.
Right.
So they take you downtown. You like, whatever,
Right, this is
I'll
be
be
done-
able to get
be
out.
done
And
in
then
a
next
couple
thing you
hours.
know, you done did 3 years in a fucking one of the worst prisons in America. Like, for what? I ain't even had a court date yet. Like, how can you hold me this long?
But that
saying
happens-
that we can't let you go because you haven't had a court date yet. But then you won't give me a fucking court
I
date. And
know.
listen, they kept pushing the court date back. Like the
Yeah.
DAs and shit kept pushing it back because they just wanted him to plead guilty to it.
Yeah, I had-
So
I
so
know
part
several dudes
of
that
it
had
was
that.
his fault because he wouldn't plead guilty.
Well,
most people
pleading guilty would have put
No.
a felony on him.
I understand, but
I would have
still,
done it.
he
I
lost
would have
his
took
mind
the
and
L.
killed himself.
I would
so
have
he
took the
should've-
felony. Right.
He should have took the L, but
Right.
his pride would not allow him to say he did it
Yeah.
because he didn't fucking do it. So he just kept saying, I'm not saying I'm guilty. And they like, we'll let you out if you just
it's
say
a
you
lot
did
of
it.
people,
But he
like-
wouldn't do it. And his pride led him to stay in jail for 3 years.
That's
and
what the documentary The
going crazy.
13th kind of like speak on that a little bit too. How the system sometimes it put like little petty charges, you know, that might not seem like that much to you, and a lot of people plea out just to get out,
Right.
you know, because they so you
Yeah.
know mentally exhausted or whatever the
Yeah,
case may
exactly.
be. But next thing you know, you got this certain,
Felony,
even if it's not a felony,
Can't
you
even
got
get
a
a job
certain
now.
Yeah.
type of misdemeanor
theft.
that nobody want to. Right,
Like
exactly.
a theft, you ain't
Messing
getting
up
no
your- Where you
jobs.
getting
I don't care
hired
what
at?
the
You
job
can't
is.
And that was
do
his whole
nothing but-
point too. He kept saying, "I'm not doing it because he got dreams. He had stuff he wanted to do." But I mean, he had spent so much time in there, he was all fucked up. But I mean, obviously, the topic ain't about that. It's
Right.
about
No,
gratitude.
but in a sense, it
Yeah.
is about that though, because we start speaking about the gratitude part.
Yeah.
But even if you take it on the political level, they have the right to exonerate, not exonerate. what's the word?
Expunge.
Yeah, would expunge a certain amount of convictions or whatnot a year. I know Obama did that for a certain amount. Every president do it for certain situations. You know, like
are you about to say Orange Man should be?
Trump did it for that sheriff dude down there. I think he was
racist,
like a racist
some
sheriff
bitch.
or whatever the case may be. They got the ability to do that.
Right.
So
They
a
should have
lot
let
of
out
times
Tookie.
the
Tookie knows.
governors, they denied that shit. Plenty
Are
of
you
times.
alleviating that the government could do things for gratitude or the good thing?
No, they definitely could because they have
They
the
do.
power to.
Yeah, and they
you
do.
know, and they do it only when it's like somebody
when
they
they
cool
give a fuck
with,
or they
for the
have
most
to.
part.
The
It's
government
like,
don't give a
all
fuck
right,
about
the way
us.
your way of. But I don't blame them because if I had that power, I'd probably be letting out people that think
If
like
I had
me.
that power, I'd let out every dope boy from the 90s because them
Jesus
niggas ain't got
Christ.
no business in jail right now. That's just nonsense. They locked up millions of people
Obama
for fucking
did.
crack
Obama
and shit.
did that.
Like that.
Obama released a good amount of people that had basically minor drug offenses that
Giving niggas 20 years for minor drug offenses. Like, nigga, I was sorry 6 months ago. I was sorry 6 months into this shit.
Right.
I'm in here for 18 years.
Not
Like,
saying I'm
goddamn,
going
nigga,
to stop, but I am sorry.
Well, by the time you get out, you can't stop when you get out
I'll be
because
back.
now you can't get a fucking job.
Yeah.
Like,
It's the
our
same reason
justice
why
system
the-
is so fucking
It
ignorant.
is
It
worse.
don't even make
It
sense.
is worse things than being
it's
selling
the
drugs
same
to be
reason
in
why
jail
the
for so long.
Khalif dude would fight so hard not to be convicted
Yeah.
because once you get a certain charge,
You
you're trapped
done.
in crime.
You're done.
Like that's
Exactly.
why like see murder CD called Trapped in Crime. That's a perfect title because I know dudes that got felonies and they really want to like do the right thing and get good jobs and they can't even get a bad job.
Well, yeah. See, what people say is they be like, "Look, when he get out, he gonna just do the same thing." But it really don't work that way. What I've seen in my life and in the environments I grew up in, when guys who have drug charges or whatever, when they get out of jail, they really do make a concerted effort to get jobs. They come out on some positive shit, like, "Oh, I'm about to do this and that," and they'll go around for weeks at a time trying to get jobs. And eventually, that shit just break down their ego because they're men and they got children and they got people who rely on them. They like, I can't fucking make money, and then they feel like less of a man. So they're like, fuck it. Like, exactly, I know how I can get money.
I'm great at
this. And then
this.
they end up doing that again. But most times they get out on some positive shit, like, who got a job? Who can hire me? But won't nobody hire them because of their shit. So what? Do I just be a bum and look my child in the face and tell him that he can't eat tonight? Or do I just get out here and try a different one?
Most of the dudes
if selling drugs was Wall Street, boy, dope boys would be.
Selling drugs is Wall Street. Ask about all this weed and shit. Ask about all this weed and shit. They
Legal.
selling now, making millions and millions of dollars.
If it was legal Wall Street.
Most of the dudes that then got out and went back to selling drugs and wanted to, like really like, I love this. It's only a few of them dudes. And those usually
them
the dudes
niggas
that's
slow.
making, but usually these are dudes that's making the millions of dollars from the shit that they like, I can't.
Them type of niggas ain't even outside selling drugs.
Up,
yeah, them dudes ain't outside selling
they somewhere
drugs.
golfing and shit, you know, with the rich folks or whatnot. But those are the people that's addicted because I known a few of those type of dudes too. They go to jail for 7-year stretches and get out for 5 years, but that 5 years he out, he living like he fucking a kingpin.
Yeah, probably is.
But eventually he get caught again.
Yeah,
gotta go do 8 more.
Of course.
Like, you know, it's
at
just
that point, it's
fucked
a
up
lifestyle.
cycle.
It's a lifestyle.
You know, and they're addicted to it because they got so much money. Even when I come home, even if y'all take 6 cars and 2 houses, when I come home, I'm still coming home to $500,000.
I mean, it's a lifestyle.
You know,
at that
so
point.
it's different. But most of the
I
people,
feel sorry for them.
most of the low level people that this should affect. Most of the people this should affect is low level people.
Well, and I think that's the whole thing too with the gratitude. Like, it's a scale. It depends on. I mean, honestly, the higher scale, I understand the selfishness and actually doing things for credit. But when you're an average Joe and you doing stuff for gratitude, are you doing stuff and you try to act like you doing it for the right reasons when you're really not? That's why I really think it's more of it's not really genuine, because when you have to broadcast it or make it known to people that you're doing something, it's not genuine. Or if you're looking for a karma back, it's definitely
Well,
not.
I think, what about this? Does it matter?
It really does.
I don't think
does it matter if why the person is doing it? Because as a child,
to me, I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. Well, listen, as a child growing up in a unfortunate environment for a period of my childhood, I didn't give a fuck why the people were helping me, why the church would come into the neighborhood and give us food, why sometimes, mom's boyfriend or whatever, or some guy she was seeing would buy us a Super Nintendo or something like that. I didn't give a fuck why this nigga was doing it.
You're more concerned why everybody else not.
Exactly.
More than why they are.
So does it matter? does it matter why people are doing it, especially to the person who's receiving benefits?
I highly
from
doubt
it?
the person who receiving it cares.
Right.
I highly don't think.
Does it matter to anybody else if that person is doing it for a shitty reason?
I guess it's a moral thing.
Because they're still doing it.
I think it's a moral thing. It's all in what, I mean, if you give a shit.
I think it only matters when you reviewing or judging the person that's doing it.
Or it matters in how much you're trying to get gratitude.
But honestly, like, to me, I feel both ways because I give money to bums here and there, and it's both. Part of it is like, I do want to do good things and hope good things happen to me, but at the same time, I am looking out. Because if it was solely about me getting good things in return and that was enough, then I would be giving out dollars all the time. You know, I would sit dollars aside after I get paid just for that alone.
Fucking Frank Lucas.
I'm looking for motherfuckers to get dollars too, type of shit.
I mean, I only do that shit if I have it on me. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to do it. Like, if I happen to have a dollar in my pocket, then I gotta feel.
I gotta feel inspired in the inside. Like, it gotta be that right tingle in my belly for me to feel it. Like, I'm just saying, like, it's a lot of times, especially when you see the same ones. Because
nigga, I helped you already.
On my way to work. Usually on my way to work, I see the same.
Already helped you.
Set of bums and shit. Like, you don't like
peep game. Real talk. This really happened to me. This is why I don't do shit. I was sitting on the square this summer, and I was having lunch with somebody. And a bum walked up to me, right?
Come on,
and I had some. I had some. I think I had some chips. Some type of chips. No, hold on, peep game. I had some chips. I gave him my chips. You know what happened 2 seconds later? This bum got into an argument with another bum, and he tossed my chips all across the motherfucking Fountain Square. I swear to God, I was so mad.
Hold on, but that was beef though.
It don't matter. Hold on. Wait, I gave my fucking chips.
But that was beef.
That was my lunch. And he threw that too. He didn't even have the gratitude or the fucking. Oh man,
have you ever gave a fuck about a bag of chips?
Hold on, time out though. He didn't even walk down the street and throw them shits down. He didn't give no fucks about my chips. Them was my chips. You came up on me, interrupted me, took my. I gave them
but
to
them
you.
Ain't your chips anymore.
Hold on though. But he was just.
Exactly.
He wasn't even fucking 5 feet away from me.
You did it for the wrong reason.
No, I did it for the right reasons. I actually gave him my chips. I wasn't thinking nothing in return. I didn't think that motherfucker was gonna let my chips just. He just knocked my. He got so mad he just flipped my.
But what about your morality though?
Man,
you care more about that. You care more about that bag of Flaming Hots than you do about his life. That man was in danger right there.
He wasn't in danger. He was bugging out.
All he got is his balls and his word.
Basically.
Okay. So that's like you giving a fucking bum $1. Let's say you give him 20. He asked for 20. You give him 20. He don't even walk 10 feet from you. And then he get into an argument or he just rip your fucking 20 up.
Want me to tell you some real shit?
You ain't gonna go beat his ass over that 20?
Okay, let me tell you why I wouldn't.
Okay.
Because when I give bums money sometimes, I know they about to go smoke this shit up.
I know they gonna do it all the time.
Part of me, I'm cool with that.
That's fine. Go make your purchase.
Like,
I'm not.
Fuck it.
No, hold on.
I'll be wanting to get high too if I was homeless.
Listen. There's a difference between him taking your money and going to make whatever purchase he want and you handing him your money just so he can rip it up. You see the difference? You know you know what I'm saying.
It ain't like he got your chips and he was looking for beef. Like, hold on.
No, it don't matter. Hold on. It don't matter. You came to me. You interrupted my lunch. You asked for my goddamn chips. I gave them to you. And then you know I'm over here sitting the rest of my lunch. It was Chipotle. That's what it was. It was Chipotle. I'm over here eating my Chipotle. And I ain't got no chips.
You gave me them dry chips anyway.
He asked for something.
Chipotle chips.
Okay, see,
you acting like you gave me some fire or something.
It ain't about what I gave him. It ain't about what I gave him. Beggars can't be choosers, and that's not even a pun. Hold on. It ain't about what I gave him. It's about the rest of my lunch. I see all my chips laid out on the ground next to me, and I ain't got no goddamn chips.
Listen. This motherfucker like my nigga had a full plan. Like, number one, retrieve a bag of chips. Number 2, find beef to throw said chips up in the air. Like, nigga, that bang bang, that shit just happened.
Hey, nah, he was causing beef.
He planned on eating them chips.
No, he didn't. He ain't planning on eating them goddamn chips.
You beef with somebody that's on site.
You know what I hope? You know what I hope, Sleep? You know what I hope? I hope next time you do the goddamn Christmas draft, the family that you do it for, they post some shit, and the same day they fucking rippity-rip the fucking gifts up.
If
the
it's
same
beef,
day.
I'll accept it.
Hey, no, you won't.
If it's beef,
you gonna be like, you
ungrateful
fool-ass dog.
I threw the motherfucking Walmart iPad on the goddamn ground.
You motherfuckers talk real slick until it happened to you.
Hey, that's funny.
That's why I don't help motherfuckers.
Like, did he look at you?
No, man, I didn't even. Hold on. You know what? Listen, I didn't even. Hold on. I didn't even turn around. Listen, I didn't even turn around to see what happened. All I did was saw. All I heard was a splash on the ground, and I seen my motherfucking chips on the ground. Yeah. I'm like, goddamn.
He probably got smacked.
No, he didn't get smacked, man, because then he went the rest of the time around the square arguing with everybody,
being
man.
Inconsiderate. You don't know the level. You don't know the level of that beef.
I gave my goddamn chips to a bum, and I'm inconsiderate.
First of all, they was Chipotle chips.
It don't matter. You know how expensive Chipotle is? It's $10.
The chips ain't that expensive. Them shits
it ain't
damn near
about
free.
the chips.
What's $10?
It ain't about the
Right,
chips.
exactly.
Okay, see, you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. In my Denzel Washington trainer voice. Training day voice. You motherfuckers. Oh, hell no. Ungrateful.
But for real though, you know,
How these
some I heard,
motherfuckers-
you know, we heard,
Pelican
obviously
Bay.
all heard this. When you give something to somebody else, it's not yours anymore,
theirs.
unless it's an engagement
Bruh,
ring.
I have
or a wedding
no.
ring. That's all.
Should I
That's
gave
the
my
only
ex?
time
I let her
it's
keep. I
still
told my ex to sell the engagement ring when we get married. I said, take it. I don't care about that.
You real nice for that. Because if we get engaged, you got to come up off that ring if we ain't together no more. Period. Point blank, period. I need that back right away.
Oh, that's
Oh
nice.
man, I ain't care. I can't do nothing with that. What she gonna do?
Shit, I can pawn that motherfucker.
Shit,
I
that
need
shit
my
ain't
money
worth nothing.
back.
I
I'm
want
gonna do
that.
the
She
same
had
thing
that.
she doing.
Exactly.
that.
She gonna pawn that motherfucker.
I'm a
I
cheap
mean,
ass.
jewelry ain't worth as much as it is anyway. And plus, like, it was intended
Hey,
for
you know
her,
what's
so she
crazy?
could have it.
Like, you know, I just thought of
I
some
want that.
savage shit.
But I'm-
like,
but I'm,
you know, like, what if like this? Because I'm cheap, right? I wouldn't do this, but it's just like speak to my level of cheapness. Just thinking, right? Like, if I get with a new chick and she got her old
you gonna
ring,
give her the old
would
ring,
I
okay.
accept her wearing the old ring just because I'm too cheap to buy
that's a
her?
bad-
Depends on how nice that motherfucker
People,
is.
some people might say that's a bad juju,
that's
or that
kinda
might be
live,
bad
though.
karma on your new relationship. It's like wearing a dead man's shoes, so
Yeah,
you don't
that's
want to.
true.
You don't want to give something
Is that a
already
thing?
tainted.
Dead man's
People,
shoes?
yeah, wear a
heard
suit or
of
something
that
like
before.
that.
You ain't
Something.
got no business wearing nobody's shoes.
Hey.
They done wore.
Just saying.
Vans.
Live or dead.
I don't know if the motherfuckers. Somebody come
People
up with
believe
some
that
fresh
if you wear
Yeezys,
someone's dead
10.5
clothes or
Yeezys.
shoes, you can live their tail or some way. People believe that. So same thing with like a ring, a tainted ring. That's why I wouldn't buy a ring from a pawn shop and give it to, because you don't know the backstory behind it. It could be people believe stuff like
don't
that.
give a fuck.
It's superstition.
I buy a bitch an engagement ring straight from a
Oh, you don't
pawn
give a
shop.
fuck
What
about
the
that.
medals?
I
What
count
about
your
the
case.
medals
But you believe
and the
about-
blood
but you
diamond
believe
and
karma.
shit? You know what I'm saying? What
Oh,
about
it's-
you know?
It's all the
Mbuktu?
same.
You
It's
know,
like, it's just like
what?
karma. It's no
3
different.
niggas died mining that diamond. Nobody
man, I
care
don't know
about
them
that.
niggas.
Hell no, don't nobody
I
care
don't
about
care
that.
about that. I don't know
Man,
them.
fuck diamonds. First of all, who decided that diamonds was a thing that we all needed to spend
The
money
rich-
on?
the rich.
Let's be honest. It's,
don't know.
It's
Was
just
it
a
the
pretty.
Brits?
It's just
I
a
don't
pretty
know.
rock.
Somebody.
The rich.
And listen, they're not rare. Diamonds are not rare at all.
They are rare.
So why are we still spending crazy thousands
They done ran out
on
a
a
long
pretty
time
rock?
ago.
Exactly. Them
Them
shits
shits
are
was
not
that rare.
rare at all.
Diamonds are.
But we're
forever.
just spending like hella money on
Shit's
stuff like
fake.
that.
Hey, they're really not rare.
No, at all. Like
what it is
because that's the
a
idea. Like
company
when we
that
pay so much
holds
because
all the
they're rare.
diamonds.
Yeah,
There's a
they
company
got
that
them
has
bitches
all.
put
Yeah,
up.
that's why they're rare to us.
Exactly,
Because
because
we
one
can't get
company
'em.
has a monopoly
Well,
on
think
all of
about
them,
it.
and they
If
got hell of them
Well,
put
think
up.
about it. If we don't say they rare, people ain't gonna go buy 'em. We can't put a high price tag on it. If you just say it's average, you can't put no fucking great price tag.
What
on
they
it.
say you got to do on the engagement ring, like 3 months salary
Yeah.
or something like that.
3 months salary.
outta
She's
here.
that special.
You got me all styles
why
of fucked
she-
up.
why
That
she-
ain't happening.
Why she fucking miles on the low with that 3 month salary ring?
You did a
that.
bad job.
You got me.
just to
You
get
got me
that.
all styles
Guess
of
what
fucked
you
up.
get?
I ain't doing
you
it.
get 2 weeks worth of salary with
You
me.
get 2 weeks. Get
That
one
next
pay
check, I
period,
got
baby.
you. I might give you a month's worth. I might. So, I mean, that's a great ring. Shit, what's wrong with? If you can get a $2,000 ring, that's awesome. Shit, you should be happy with that. Ain't nobody. Shit, you ain't
get a ring-
Beyonce,
you get-
and
you get
Beyonce
a-
don't even deserve that.
You get a
Fuck
ring
that.
from the pawn shop, and I'm hopping on eBay buying
there-
a K Jewelers
there's
box,
no-
and I'm
right.
gonna put that bitch in there.
There's no way.
It's all about the
Right.
presentation.
There's no way your there's no way your engagement ring
you
is
say?
going to
When
be
you ready.
the amount of possibly a down
Stay
payment
ready,
of
yeah,
a
you gotta
car
get ready.
or the same amount of a used car. Yeah, because I know you're not gonna love me that much. You could possibly do anything. I'm not giving you a 10,000. I own your finger because if you fuck up, I'm cutting your shit off. I
Like,
want
if
that
was-
back.
You know, if I'm stupid
I
rich,
want that back.
if I'm mega wealthy or rich or whatever, that shit don't mean nothing.
That's why they waste money on shit. That's
Yeah.
why diamonds is
They
for
get
rich
married
people.
all the time. They don't care.
That's the problem though. Average people think they can live like rich people.
Yeah.
We don't know our limits.
Goals.
We don't feel like we have limit. We don't know our
Hashtag
limit. Average
goals.
people want to be walking around here with minks on and trying to see if they can get a fucking Bentley and shit. You're
I just
not
want to live simple.
Right.
and
And
shit.
also, why don't we get shit as men in engagements? Why don't I get
because
shit?
they ain't about us.
I'm giving you
We get
myself
the-
too.
we
So
get
why
the
don't I
th-
get?
we
Why,
get the-
why you get a ring and
we
I
get
don't
the
get shit?
$30 Walmart band.
Yeah, exactly.
That you bought for yourself.
Where you get my love until
Oh,
you
fuck
give
that.
it away.
I had that before and that snatch. I had the snatch and the love way before I bought the
different,
motherfucking.
It's lifetime.
Way
love.
before I bought the ring. Shit, I feel like I need something too, and I don't want no jewelry, bitch. Buy
You
me
get
like a
her
flash.
love.
I need a brand new 4K television
Nah,
or
she
something.
ain't
You know what I'm
giving
saying?
you
Give me something too. God damn it.
She ain't giving you that. You gotta.
Yeah.
You gotta give her.
I don't want to brag or anything,
Oh, okay.
but
All right. Disclaimer. Here
my
comes the brag.
my wife actually asked me to marry her.
What?
She
Yeah.
bought me a big fat ass ring.
She a
looking,
winner.
looking tight. Yeah.
Hey,
Damn.
So
hey, that's nice. How'd you feel about that? Did she get on one knee?
no,
No?
wasn't
Oh,
like
okay.
that. We was at a restaurant.
Oh,
and
okay.
she set it all up. They brought out dessert.
Did you cry?
No,
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
cry.
He
I don't
cried
think
in
I
the
did.
car.
But if I did, I ain't gonna admit it.
You gonna cry in the car. You dropped
cried
a
the
couple,
next
though.
Hey, that's
That
nice.
That
I like
is
that.
nice. That's
That
rare.
night in the
I
shower.
like
happen.
that.
Shit.
More women, more women should do
No,
that.
that's never gonna happen. Women too prideful.
Yeah, they
Women
is.
will never do that.
The women think fucking life is like
Shit.
actually the
Yeah,
Notebook.
women
In real
will
life.
never-
See, a lot of times,
Women-
especially this
women
day
have
and
a hard
age,
time-
like a lot of men,
have a hard time
lot of
apologizing
men
to you.
scarred and shit.
Huh?
Don't a lot of men scarred and don't want to get married for obvious reasons that we talked about plenty of times.
Yeah.
So sometimes it take the woman that had that level of
Yeah,
courage.
shit, women is not gonna.
Especially if you
propose
know
to
your
no
man somewhat just gun shy
And
and don't want to pull
most
the
times,
trigger, and
man,
that's it.
Listen,
most of the
listen,
time,
if you got,
if that happen, a woman ain't gonna stay with you. They're gonna say you got commitment issues. I need you to hurry up and make a move, or I'm out. They're never gonna.
ladies,
it's rare.
if you do 5 years with a dude and he don't propose to you, propose to him.
No,
For two
they ain't gonna
reasons.
do that.
For one, so you can find out if he wants to be with you. The other reason is so you can move on with your goddamn life if
agree.
he don't want to be. Because niggas will trail you along for 10 straight years. and then the bitch who they fucking for 6 months, that's the bitch who they end up marrying.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to waste your time, if he don't know within 5 years if he won't marry you, he ain't gonna marry you.
Right.
Point blank period. If you don't get that proposal within that 5-year span, it ain't gonna never happen.
I,
Move on with your life.
I, Leo Bishop, do not endorse that statement at all.
Explain why.
I just don't.
He at
Like,
5
I
year.
really
He at the
don't.
he at the
Like,
5 year mark. He
obviously,
creeping
Explain
up.
why.
He creeping
Oh,
up.
he at the 5 year.
He-
Oh, okay.
I
okay.
mean,
If Leo
He
girl
at the
listening
five-
to this,
he at the 5
if
year
Leo
mark.
girl listening to this does not apply to Leo.
You ain't getting married
He
if
talks
it's
to
been
you.
over
He
5
talks about
years.
you all
I
the time.
disagree. It's plenty of people that was married for. That was together for 10 years, 15. Matter of fact, it's this lady that worked for me at
I
my
wouldn't say
job.
plenty
I
of
was.
people.
Well, it's several.
I did 10 and I ain't.
I know this lady at my job. She was with her dude for like 15 years. They just got married.
It ain't gonna work.
Thanksgiving. That's your ass.
Old negativity
work.
over
So I
there.
look at it like this: if you with somebody for a long period of time and y'all happy, then that's the reward in
Man,
itself.
well,
like, you know what I mean? Everybody don't gotta get married.
Some people
and
need
shit.
that title.
Like,
I
You
agree
ain't
with
talking
you.
to your girlfriend now, my nigga.
No, I don't know.
That
I don't
sound
give
like
a
some
fuck.
shit
She
you
listen.
said to her.
I'm telling the truth. This how I honestly
That
feel.
sound like some shit
Some
you
people
done
don't.
said
Some
to
people
her.
don't
If
need
I
a
felt
title.
differently, I would act differently.
Honestly, man,
you know?
I'm at the point in my life where I could be in a long-term relationship. I don't need the commitment.
That
you
shit don't matter.
We don't need it. It's just
No,
a title.
you do need the
No,
commitment.
I mean I don't
'cause
need
you are
the title.
committed.
I don't
Yeah,
need the title.
exactly.
I can love you better than a husband would. I can do the same
Sometimes that
thing.
title bring more problems than
It's
what
so
it
much
should.
more responsibility, so much
You
more
know.
expectations. I'm happy with just boyfriend
and
girlfriend.
it's all based on like perception, like more weight and problems we feel like we supposed to put on each other. Like,
is true.
the beautiful part about it is like some people already understand that ain't necessary.
It's not.
And those usually the people that get married fast. Most of the time, it's like one of the other people feel like it's
treat it
gonna
like a
be
status quo.
unnecessary
Yeah.
pressure or unnecessary whatever being put on there.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just the way like I've looked at it like that way, and just like I've always looked at it this way. It ain't got nothing to do with like
You ever been engaged?
no,
Me and you probably the only niggas at this table who ain't never been
You ain't
engaged.
had to do that.
yeah.
I ain't never even.
ain't had to do
I ain't even ever thought about
I
it.
swear to God,
Not
I don't-
yet.
Right? It's never even entered my thought process to even go buy a fucking ring.
Man,
ever.
What you
Me
trying to
neither.
say, Sleep?
Me neither.
I'm saying that it's 4 of us at this table.
I'm just saying
the
what
2
I'm-
on this
what you trying to
side
break
have
down?
taken the plunge.
What you trying to-
Me and him
what
ain't
you-
never taken the
but what
plunge.
you- what you trying
the
to get
initial
to?
point I was trying to make is that y'all niggas saying that you need to wait.
Whoa.
And I'm the one who's saying that fuck it, go ahead and take the plunge. But I'm the one who actually has never even taken the plunge.
I think.
But Leo is on my
Right.
side too, so y'all
Hold on.
the sucking
Time out,
niggas.
time out.
Y'all the sucking
Time out.
niggas.
I don't oppose to have being a sucker nigga, but where I'm at now, I'm at the same goddamn table with y'all.
You right.
I don't have no ring on my finger. Look at me, America. Like, I ain't got none. So, but no, I'm just saying I agree with him though. Also, I feel like you don't need a title. A title, I mean, simple. Just being in a relationship is good enough.
Until it's a sexy ass, badass bitch, and she got all of her shit together. Then you gonna want that title.
Right. Well, if
That's
she-
the way it works for everybody.
But she might not
when you
want that
love a motherfucker a lot, that's when you want the title. But when you ain't in all that much love and you could go either way with the shit, then you're like, yeah, I
I
ain't tripping on it.
disagree, like because to me, I view my whole marriage outlook has like nothing to do with the other
It's a
person.
title.
It has nothing to do with love or the other person. It's
What it
all
got to do
about
with?
me and how I look at shit. You know what I
So
mean?
what, you
And
gonna marry yourself?
Right.
No,
I don't
I don't-
understand.
I
Yeah,
I
I
don't
thought
understand where you
marriage
going
was
with
the
this.
other person.
I'm already married to myself.
Well,
so
I
to
mean,
speak.
that's-
I am myself.
So what are
know?
you saying
I'm stuck
exactly?
with me all the time. I can't divorce myself if I wanted to.
You can.
You know, that's
You
the
can
only
put that
marriage
gauge
that,
in your
that
mouth.
counts. Yeah, that's the ultimate divorce.
That's divorce. You out. Upper room.
Opted out.
Yeah, you out. You go ahead and opt out.
But even then, that's not guaranteed. You
That's
might
guaranteed.
Fuck around and miraculously live.
you
and
get a
now
shotgun.
You're a vegetable.
You get a
shit,
shotgun,
still
put it
stuck
in your
with the
joint.
motherfucker for the rest of your
Nah,
life.
you get a shotgun, put it in your mouth right.
He said you do it right.
That shit gone. You ain't gonna have nothing. Ain't nothing living. Bottom
No,
lip.
but for real, like some people, it's just a cultural thing too. Like I didn't grow up around married people. Like most of the people I knew that was married was like a multiple generations away, like great aunts, great grandparents, shit like that. My mama been married, and like a few of my aunts and shit. But sometimes with them it'd be like later in life, you know, after they didn't. You know, they be 30, 40 some years old, or sometimes the people that did get married at a young age, the shit didn't work out.
Right.
So
I don't know,
naturally, you kind of grow up and shape your way of life and thinking based on other people's mistakes and things that work out. You know, plus naturally, I don't feel like I'm that overwhelmingly romantic type dude that I think about like flowers and rose petals.
I don't think
and
it
shit.
involved that.
Like,
I think it's just
like,
about.
sometimes
I
that
think,
helps,
I think
though.
love is just showing
I'm a
emotion.
big fucking kid, man.
Romance helps, though.
Romance
I
is
feel like
everything.
marriage is, for me, it's totally cosmetic.
Yeah.
It don't have anything to do with how I feel about you
me too.
or life in general. I would do it simply if I care about you enough. Because
That's how I
I
look
don't
at it.
really believe
It's
in love
also
that way.
religious,
If I
too,
care enough
like,
about
to
you,
me.
I would do it to change your last name.
I feel like,
and so we can have a cool wedding. It would be purely cosmetic. It would have nothing
so
to
it would
do
be
with
more
how I
the-
feel about
It
you.
would be more about the event for you,
And it's more about her.
and doing for her.
And it's more, exactly,
Right. But
because
see,
she wants
I'm
it. I don't care either
I'm more
way.
of a cusp. I feel like if I care about you a lot, my ultimate way of telling you that I care about you
It's to legally bind
is to tell you,
yourself
look, I
together.
care about you that much. The ultimate way I can express to you that I care about you
Bitch, I'm
is that
about
I
to
want to let
legally
you know.
bind us.
Like you said, you can have my last name. I care about you that much.
Right.
But for me, from friends, being married, and experiences with people, talking to people about marriage,
It's hard to get out them shit.
marriage is kind of scary. I don't think it's for me. Like marriage, it's not promised anymore. It's not what it used to
It
be.
never was.
Like it's just not what. I'm just saying, like, you know, like we talked about it before. But I feel like, you know, that long lasting marriage shit, it don't work.
Well, that's why I've never even been engaged, because I won't even contemplate doing it with somebody who I don't think that I could spend my entire life with.
I think people feel like that they will, and then life just happens, man. And then after a long time, things change. Like I said, one of my other best friend, dude, who was on here, he was married for 2 years, man, and then that shit just crumbled. He actually regretted it after a year. He's like, man, what did I get into? I'm glad I didn't get married.
He knew
man.
she
Like, I
wasn't
feel
shit
like-
before he married her. If a year in, he was already thinking like, oh
Right,
shit.
so it was almost
he
like-
already knew ahead of time that she wasn't
Right,
shit.
and you should never
He
feel
thought
that way.
marriage was gonna fix the ain't shit. That's what a whole lot of people think.
Yeah, that's
Just like
true.
people think kids are gonna fix the ain't shit. Like if we have
I'm
kids,
the
then she'll
opposite.
she'll
I
stop
damn
fucking
near-
other guys, because if we have kids,
I damn near wanna
she's
get
never gonna
married.
stop fucking other
I
guys.
damn near want to get married in heaven and shit. Like shit gotta be like.
And for me,
ultra
heaven would
perfect
be
and shit.
Universal
Like,
Studios. And if I ever do get married, that's where I'm getting
That's
married.
called-
at.
that's called a honeymoon.
It's in Harry
Y'all
Potter
motherfuckers-
world.
y'all
Harry
motherfuckers-
Potter world actually does have a
y'all
place you
motherfuckers
can get married, and
confusing
that's where I would
heaven
do
and
it.
honeymoon.
married on my honeymoon.
Y'all confusing heaven and honeymoon. He said in heaven for me is fucking Disney
but like
World.
some people, like you say, like women, girls had that marriage fantasy.
It's-
a lot of men
it's
grow up with that
implanted.
fantasy too. I never grew up
I don't think it's
wanting to
manifest.
get married. I never like saw myself like, yeah, you know, coming.
I
out
don't
of
think
the,
that's in our DNA though.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? The church or whatever with the
Royalty,
suit
you
and
got
all that
loyalty.
shit.
It's my DNA.
I don't think that's in us.
I hate to interrupt it here, but how does this pertain to gratuity?
We've gotten off
It
subject a little
doesn't.
bit.
Okay.
It doesn't
We
at
have
all.
checking.
We just
Now we just
we took a
snowballing.
pit stop.
Now we snowballed into other shit.
No, but actually, this does tie into the same
Well,
thing
'cause you showing
Look at
gratitude.
my nigga.
It's
about marriage.
because
Link
like
that
a
shit.
lot of women,
Yeah.
once again, we started
Yeah.
out, so a lot of women want to get married
Link
more
that
so than
shit.
men, right? And then somebody spoke on it a minute ago about getting married for her.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, you would do it for her.
Gratitude.
That's gratitude.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I want to give that level.
Watch what you say.
of
Your
it.
girl could
you
be
know,
listening.
I ain't about that.
I know.
Like, you know, it's about telling
Let
the
her.
truth. You know,
Hear it then.
because like the way I feel is stronger than that. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause
Although
once
you
again,
feel stronger than
That's a
marriage.
good-
I didn't
Clean
grow
up.
up. I didn't grow up thinking about that. Once
Right.
again, it's like a cultural thing too. It's some people that think marriage is everything. Just
The
like in certain
finesse
cultures
kid.
that there's certain people that get married at 14.
Right.
You know, because to their parents they aren't anybody, or
right.
they aren't a man or a woman until they get married,
Yeah.
or they aren't a man or a woman
Right.
if they can't have kids,
Yeah.
for example. That's all cultural shit.
I feel like
You
some
know,
people.
at the end of
Right.
the day, does any of this shit matter? Just
No, it
like
don't.
you was talking about
No.
with the bums or
Right.
giving things for karma
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. At the end of the day, the reason why you doing it don't matter. If you doing it to the other person to them, it's they the person.
So you saying the motive doesn't matter, as long as it makes somebody happy.
It depends sometimes to the person that's receiving to really be the true judge.
As long as your gratitude ends in some generosity.
Does your marriage mean more to your wife because you marry her only because she want to get married? Like some women don't give a fuck. Some of them, that's enough.
Right.
They just want the status. Like
that's what I say. Most of the time, it's just status. Most of the time, people in long-term relationships and they like, well, this has been going on. Where's this going? It's going exactly where it's going. Can I get a title? Can we go further? All right, well, I guess if you get my last name, changes something because ain't shit going to change.
I mean, we can go to the courthouse and change our name without even getting married.
You got to be pretty fucking amazing for me to want to marry you. Like, you have to be amazing. I have to be with you and be like, God damn, I don't ever want to be away from this person. In order for me to even contemplate a thing like that. Because if I don't feel that strongly about you, like, why would I do it? Right. I don't give a fuck about what you want. Like, you might want to do it.
That sounds so fucked up.
I mean, you might want to do it, but that's a big ass thing to ask for, man. You asking me to legally bind myself to you? That's a lot to ask for. I give you a baby before I do that shit. Like, I can walk away from you and I goddamn kid.
True.
It's gonna be hard to walk away from this goddamn marriage.
A marriage is Bonnie and Clyde. This means exactly. To the end of to the
at least that's what it's supposed to be.
It should be. It's supposed to be rewrapped.
It ain't never been that.
No, it's really not. No, he makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it sounds harsh, but we know we grown.
Marriage is a huge thing. It's a huge thing, and it
I
can
am
make
not
or break
able to
it.
talk politically correct. Niggas walk away from kids all the goddamn time.
We call
and it's really not hard for me, and not because we are inherently bad or anything, but because we don't share the same bond with the baby that the woman
and honestly,
does
the woman
during
don't either.
While she's
most
carrying
of them
the
don't.
baby.
A lot of them do, but most of them don't.
That's why they be like, "How could you walk away?" Mind you, I'm not this type of nigga. I've never done that. I take care of every kid that I have, but. Women be like, how could you walk away from the kid? You ain't never even seen your kid. Like, bitch, because I don't like you.
Right, exactly. It ain't
I have no
it ain't
emotional attachment to you.
If you would move out the fuck out the way, I can basically do what I gotta do.
It's all about the shame.
And that shit don't work either. Guilt.
Women
can't shame me into taking care of this.
Men are used to being shamed. We used to being shamed about everything.
We get shamed about everything.
We get body shamed. Like, we get destroyed all day, every day. Let us go and body shame one female on Facebook. We the worst men ever. We sexist and rapists, and we promoting this rape culture. And
a woman could be doing some grimy shit to you and make you feel like shit.
Check this out. Just to
about your dick and shit.
Even this level.
You are. You fat.
On Thanksgiving, I wore this pretty cool sweatshirt that I love it. I love it. I bought it when I was in California with some buddies when we went out there for some music shit. But it's dope as fuck. At least I like it. But anyway, I had posted it in this group like, hey, what y'all think about this sweatshirt? So it's like, all the dudes and stuff was like, oh, that shit fly. I like that shit. It seemed like every woman in there, at least every black woman, was like, hell no, that look gay. That look like something I wear. Like, goddamn, gay? I'm being shamed for wearing a shirt because it got flowers on it?
And roses at that, some live ass roses.
Like, bitch, what are we in the 6th grade? Really? If you wear something that got flowers on it, then they try to shame you like, oh, you're gay. Like, what's up with this gay shit?
Hey, but
since when could a shirt make you gay or having flowers?
That's what
like,
you
bitch,
get.
I got rose tattoos on my body. That gotta make me gay.
That's what you get for trying to get some gratitude. You were showing off. You was over there trying
I just want to know what motherfuckers thought about it.
Yeah, he was flexing.
Flex with the rose sweatshirt.
A certain percentage of hood chicks, everything
gay, nigga. You can't do nothing.
You like playing video games with your friends too much. That's
nigga, that's gay. Why you always with your friends?
Oh, you trying to lick my ass? You gay?
Oh, that's gay. You like assholes? You trying to have anal sex? Oh, nigga, you gay.
Ass.
Except once that song made, now she wants you to do it.
Exactly. Yeah, because Kevin Gates said it was alright to do it. Now she needs you to do it.
She wants you to eat them groceries.
Yeah. I get you some groceries.
That's gratitude.
I swear,
man. Who you doing that for?
Everything is fucking gay. Like, god damn, man, you can't do shit.
Oh, nah.
Yeah, you can't hang out with your friends. You can't listen to certain kind of music. You can't do a goddamn thing.
Shit gay except gay shit.
Exactly.
Hell yeah. The blatantly
like,
gay,
really gay,
skinny jeans,
like,
eye ring, nose ring, tongue ring dude. Oh, he ain't gay.
Normal.
He's just a pretty boy. He spend more time in the bathroom getting ready than you.
I done had plenty of women hit me up on my social media and ask me about their boyfriends. It'd be like random shit. Like, I don't know. He just weird. Like, I'll come home and he'll be like watching cartoons and different shit like that. I think that shit weird. Like, is that gay? That's like, bitch, gay? Nigga, he watching cartoons.
Why is that gay?
Because he grown. I guess because he grown, he shouldn't be watching cartoons.
If we was going to stereotype that and we wanted to be really extreme on the stereotype, you could possibly say, depending on the cartoon, oh, could he be a Chester? But, I mean, that's like even
My
extreme.
Little Pony shit.
Right, exactly. I mean, I don't understand. Cartoons, when did that equate to gay?
Like, goddamn everything gay. You can't do shit.
It's certain cartoons
motherfucker wake up, make up.
Be suspect.
I mean,
you watching Doc McStuffins all the time.
That's
and you
child
don't
molester,
got no kids.
and you ain't got no kids.
If you at the crib watching
Right.
big comfy
Yeah,
couch
you
and you
right.
spread
That's
out on the
child
floor with your
molesting.
legs up.
That's child
Yeah,
molesting.
more or less.
Like
Or
if you ain't got no
just a
kids,
healthy imagination.
no, you ain't got no healthy imagination. You're a grown ass man with no kids watching Doc make stuff.
Do you think all child molesters have healthy imagination?
I don't know.
I
I
wouldn't
don't
say healthy.
know. I'm not sure. You
not
can't
the
be
right
healthy.
word.
I'm about to say you.
Vivid imagination.
But yeah, I think vivid would be
They-
more accurate.
What I
Maybe
will tell
not.
you is watch your man if he's really into teen porn. That's a good
A little
sign.
close, yeah.
If you go to his, if you happen to go into his porn history,
Barely
and you see a
legal.
whole lot of barely legal teens,
or Asian women that look
teens
like
and different shit like that. That's I ain't saying he a Chester, but I'm saying
on the
that's a
cusp.
good a flag
He
right
on the
there.
cusp.
Watch what's coming next. I'm just saying
right.
you need to pay attention.
He
now.
might show
If
up in
he's
the bedroom
specifically-
with a book bag.
Exactly.
Let's go to
just,
school
Just,
today.
just watch him. Don't let your
Role
niece come.
playing
Don't let
and
him
shit.
watch your niece
Let's
by
play
herself.
school. I got a book
It
bag.
could get bad from there.
Damn,
That's funny.
we
Man.
can't leave the show on that note.
Hey, we
Damn,
just
we got a
did.
little dark right there.
I'm trying to help these hoes.
That's gratitude, baby.
Gratitude. Show some gratitude to that. We just gave y'all some tips and pointers.
So I got one like good question though. So
Dropping
at the end of the
Jews.
day,
Drop Jews like the Holocaust.
No, edit that out.
My bad.
that's crazy.
By the way, that
Savage.
was
Rap bar.
That was a battle rap bar from was that Mav Hoffa?
I don't know, man. Let that go.
Yeah,
Drop
yeah.
Jews like the
Yeah,
Holocaust.
that was him.
Moving on.
Yeah, that was him.
Shit, I don't give a fuck about these niggas.
Shit, I shouldn't say.
Podcast.
What was you saying?
No, I was gonna say, do you think that at the end of the day, like giving does help the world? So do you think that people should still just give, regardless of the reasons?
don't think the
because it'll
reasons
help
matter.
overall.
I don't think the reason.
Or you think they should only give when they doing it for a good reason?
Honestly, it
Don't
doesn't
even
matter.
matter
As
why.
long as, long,
They
long as
should
you're
just do
helping
it.
somebody out and somebody's happy, your motives or reasons are. All I'm saying is, if you're the person giving, expecting something back, you should throw that shit in the trash. It doesn't matter. The good part about what you're doing is you're doing it for somebody, so they're happy. That's the motive right there. That's the good part. But if you're expecting something back, let that go. That's not the equivalent to you. You're gonna get something back, but it's not because of what you did. It's just life will let something happen regardless. So that's what I'm saying. It's always great to give. I mean, I'm not giving no more Chipotle chips away, but whatever, you know.
I got another question. Sorry, I just thought of something else. Do you think it's worse, like motherfuckers giving shit for the wrong reasons, or people paying for shit to complain? For
Example.
I noticed motherfuckers pay to get into concerts and shit just to heckle the musician. Now that's worse than the
That's they
comedy
dumb
club.
ass,
That's
bro.
weird.
Because
That's
like
your-
when people go to a comedy club and boo, okay, maybe the jokes might not be hitting. You trying out new material,
Right.
but when you go to a concert, it be like rap concerts sometimes too. So it ain't like, oh, Whitney Houston vocal cords is bad today. Like no,
Well, I
motherfucker,
mean-
this shitty dope fiend MC is rapping the same trash lyrics that's in the car. Streaming, motherfucker, that's he doing on stage. I don't understand where
For
where
me,
this
I feel
heckling be
like
coming from.
that's your dumb ass fault. If you stupid enough to spend your hard-earned money to go complain about something, that's on you. That's
just weird, man.
That's just
People
dumb.
weird.
Like that's like it's like people going to music videos just to go hate. Like they'll click on a music video or you'll buy purchase a movie or something just to criticize it
Right,
and say it's
give
shitty.
a bad
Like
review
why? I
and
mean,
shit.
if that's what you want to do, go do it. I mean, that's your ignorance. You paid money for it, so
Yeah.
I
I mean, people just fucked up in general.
some people like to be
about,
negative.
about a whole lot of things. People do things for the wrong reasons, but like you were saying, whoever is benefiting is never for the wrong reason. It wouldn't matter why you was doing it for the person that is benefiting. It is really just a way for us to measure the character of somebody.
Yeah.
If you are trying to measure that person's character,
Right, true that.
which I don't understand why you would be.
I mean,
Who
my
gives a
last
fuck
thing I would
what
say
people
about
do?
the gratitude thing, if you're doing something for somebody and your motive is to genuinely do it, usually you don't need to broadcast it. But if you feel the need to always broadcast it and want praise for it, then get the fuck out of everybody's face. Because I mean, that's the difference. Like, if you up in here, you do something, hey, y'all, look at me. Oh, man, y'all should, and you always bringing it up, then that's when it's a bad thing. Like, when you always want recognition and you want people to more acknowledge you and not the actions that you do, and your actions don't speak, but you got to speak for your actions, then it's completely flawed and it's ass backwards.
True. I like that. Let's end it at that. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yes, sir.
Nah, we know
Especially
what that
during the
is.
holiday seasons. With that said, make sure y'all get y'all asses out here and help a kid if you can. I know some of y'all got a little bit of extra money. It don't take a lot to help a kid that's going to be in need this holiday season. If you were a kid in need and you didn't get a lot of gifts, just kind of think back to that when you were a child. Take $20-$30, get to Walmart, buy a kid a gift who probably wouldn't get anything. It don't matter if you're doing it for karma, blessings, however you decide this is going to help you sleep better at night. Just do something nice for somebody during the holiday season. That's kind of the whole premise of this that I wanted to get across to y'all, because I do that on my social media. So if you are following us online, the Shit I Shouldn't Say podcast, we're on Facebook, we're on
YouTube,
Instagram.
we're on Twitter,
we everywhere.
KYHBB.com.
KYHBB.com.
Yeah, we on Stitcher.
Stitcher app.
iTunes.
Working on a TV spot.
Yep, working on TV spot, you know what I'm saying? Might
ESPN,
be working on
right
a
at the
little
first
show, you know
take.
what I'm saying?
Right at the first take.
People reaching out about the show, you know what I'm saying?
Don't
And
give them too much.
Also have a novel coming out, but we'll talk about that
Let's
another
see.
time, you know what I'm saying? A little product placement. And hope that y'all have a great weekend, and we'll be back at y'all early next week with another topic.
Shit I shouldn't say.
Shit I Shouldn't Say podcast.
Peace.